And they keep the drive alive. Bridgewater under pressure, headed as he throws. It's intercepted by Daniel Sorensen. And Bridgewater can't knock him down, and Sorensen's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Al Michaels with the call. Here's the good news, Greg. Teddy really went for the tackle on that one. So that's a positive. But that was the only positive of that play for the Denver Broncos. A game-deciding pick six by Daniel Sorensen that allowed the Chiefs to ease to a 22-9 win at Arrowhead. A game that saw us once again, Greggy, the Chiefs' offense unable to really get anything going. They finished with 267 yards of offense, so they were easily outgained. And yet, their defense, once again, picked up the slack for the offense. What kind of world do we live in?
At a certain point, you have to just say that this is what the Chiefs are right now, and that it's working. I mean, it was almost identical to the Cowboys game that they won 19-9. It's very similar to that Packers game they won over Jordan Love when it was 13-7. Like, think about the biggest plays in this game. That was the biggest one, the Teddy pick six off the tip pass. There was the Teddy interception that was just a bad decision in the second half. There was the fourth down stop on the 20-play drive. And then there was the special teams recovery of the fumble that they had. None of those plays were offensive plays. They're like the Vikings where they go and get an opening drive touchdown every week, and then they don't really do much the rest of the game, and that's fine. At least it's fine right now.
Well, I mean, their defense is legit. They've allowed under 20 points per game since October 10th, essentially. They have transformed on that side of the ball after a big narrative being how self-destructive they were. I mean, and their offense.
It wasn't even narrative. They were like statistically the worst defense through 5
narrative
weeks
just
in, like,
that we
history.
we talked about it.
I just mean it's crazy that kind of turnaround.
Right. I mean, I don't know. This game frustrates me from a Broncos angle. Maybe we want to get into another way.
Well, it frustrates me before we turn to the Broncos, a Chiefs angle. I mean, I guess I'm still not ready to live in a world where we've now processed that the Chiefs right now win because of their defense. I still don't understand how we got to this place. I see Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and I see the Chiefs with 2 timeouts and a minute plus to play in the first half, running the clock out. I see the Chiefs getting a turnover on a punt and going 9 yards on 4th and 1, kicking the field goal to go up 16-3 instead of the dagger shot. It's just, to me, it's working now, and who's going to complain about a team that's won 5 in a row and seems poised to win that division?
I just did.
But I am too, because I still think in our league, your defense can look really good for a stretch, but you'll be exposed by a big-time offense in a big spot, and if the Chiefs do not get this figured out, they will get dinged and knocked out of the playoffs earlier than people think. Now, the other side of the ball, the Broncos, Greg, we talked about it setting it up, how this was kind of not Teddy's chance, if you wanted to look at it that way. It's kind of how I posited it last week. But Denver's chance to really make a statement, say, we are for real. We're going to be hanging around in this race. We have a chance to win this division. And they kind of feels like they were exposed as a pretender here.
They were never there offensively. Like the plays they tried to make down the field to Cortland Sutton has killed them the last handful of weeks. 6 targets for 15 yards. It's bad weather. It's like neither passing game got going, but they're not good enough to like survive a night like that where you turn the ball over 3 times.
I mean, Fangio's defense has held Kansas City to 22 points per game in their 5 matchups since he's been there. They're scoring about 10 points per game in those. It's just
They've lost 12 straight to the Chiefs.
I feel like in 2021, when you go into seasons like this, and it's not Teddy slander or anything else more than just they are built to win with defense and a quarterback who can get them there when he doesn't make big mistakes. Sometimes, even when he doesn't. And today, when you get the killer mistakes from Teddy Bridgewater, you don't stand a chance to survive. You're a 6 or 7 win team when he's not playing well.
Yeah, their defense part of the, they almost artificially keep points down because they give up these long drives that aren't particularly a good sign of your defense. You know what I mean? Like that's why they struggle so much with the analytics, even though they're giving up not that many points. Tonight they played well, and for the most part, the last 4 or 5 weeks they played well. That's why they had won 3 out of 4. But they feel like they've overachieved to even get to 6-6. They won't go away because all these AFC teams seem like they'll never go away, and they'll probably keep winning every other game. There's really no reason not to. But of all of the teams, them and the Steelers feel like the biggest pretenders, as
you know what
you
they are?
said.
They're a good bad team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now I'm starting to understand the definition.
It is crazy, though, that the Chiefs' 2 leading receivers were their running backs. I mean, we're getting –
Well, it seems like Darrell Williams bails Mahomes out of certain situations.
So you had they had 22 points, so you had a pick 6.
Mahomes had 184 and an interception. I mean, it's like what?
Right. You had a pick 6, so we're down to 15 points produced by the offense. You had the muff punt that led to the field goal where you went 9 yards, so that's really 3 more points. So the defense, special teams gave you 10 points. The Chiefs scoring 12 points on offense in this game, it's the twilight zone, man.
Well, you also at one point when they get to 4th and 2 from the Denver 8, it's 13-3, and they line up to kick the field goal. And we're watching this in the large theater area next to the studio here, and Dan's going, kill shot, just go for it on 4th down. Keep going and kill the Denver Broncos, and they don't do it.
I mentioned this a little bit earlier.
Oh, you did?
A few minutes ago.
I'm exhausted.
It's okay.
Was I not? That's one of the rare times that I was ultra checked out while you were speaking. I normally am very engaged with what you're saying. I apologize to you.
I should be offended, but I'm not. I do the same thing to you sometimes. We've done a lot of shows over the years, Mark.
It's deep into the night, It's been a long day. This game was not exciting to anyone, even like Chiefs fans. If the Patriots were winning this way, you'd be like, oh, wow, this team's resourceful. But even Chiefs fans, I don't think, are enjoying this. Broncos fans are annoyed that this game got flexed into Sunday night so that, like, the whole country had to watch it. I'm annoyed that I had to deal with this. Like,
why don't we just end the show?
This hurt me more than like, I don't know. At this point, Teddy struggling hurts me more than the Patriots losing.
You've invested a lot of your emotional being into Teddy's ups and downs, and tonight was the downs.
It was a down. Before we go, there were a lot of injury news right before we left, so just throw that out there. That Marlon Humphrey is out for the season.
Big loss for Baltimore.
That is massive. Adam Thielen has a high ankle sprain.
That ain't going away anytime soon.
Ouchie.
That's pretty serious.
The Vikings are going away soon.
Don't be so sure.
I'm just saying. I'm
saying. Have we learned anything, Mark?
Between now and some January hour, they are going to be going away.
Kenyon Drake is out for the season for the Raiders. Logan Thomas, you mentioned, has a torn ACL. That was unfortunate. He came back.
Kind of a cheap hit on a low hit on him. I think it was a block. Yeah. And now he tore his ACL.
Made a couple of plays and
bummer.
A lot of sad news.
All right, so that's the injury situation. We'll be back on Tuesday. Big holiday party Tuesday night. So, before that happens, there's going to be like this buzz in the air, I would think. Erica and all the 20-somethings. Erica, your last holiday party as a 20-something.
I know. Gotta make it count.
Gotta make it count.
Really gotta make it count.
Though. Justin, you are in charge of Erica. Because remember the night before Thanksgiving? You were basically her bodyguard, making sure she didn't get arrested or anything. Justin's going to have to be that for you again.
Yeah.
I don't know if Justin is a very capable individual. That is a large task.
Right. Plus, you work for Erica. That's not really like.
Well,
it should be the other way around.
Interest.
As a boss, that's your boss move.
It should be in his best interest.
Nobody wants a sober Ricky Hollywood at a holiday party in a suit role.
That's a fair point.
We want her rabble-rousing, causing trouble.
Yeah.
The night before Thanksgiving, a very attractive blonde woman walks by.
Uh-oh.
She grabs the blonde woman and tells her to take a photo with me and tag me and be like, oh, this is Dan Hansis. Don't you know who this is? And she thought it was the funniest thing.
It was very
Erica.
funny,
and I was
think.
like, that's a good bit, Ricky.
Did the woman know who you are?
Of course not.
Why?
Los Angeles.
I would presume that she would.
Very good looking. And Dan was humming, and I was like, take a picture.
I'm a married man. I'm
well,
out
not
of the
like
game.
that. You weren't coming off as like, oh yeah, I'm Mr. Daddy Big, BDE.
Daddy Big.
Hi, I'm Mr. Daddy Big.
And I was like, don't you know who that is? That's Dan Hansis.
I know. So Justin, you will have to keep her under control.
So which is it? You want me to be out of control?
No, I want you to be out of control, and I want Gravedigger to be on control business.
Right.
Seems
Some
like everybody
semblance
wins.
of non-anarchy from you.
All
thanks
right.
to him.
Good stuff. All right, we'll be back on. There's one more game, by the way. Of course, Week 13, Buffalo, New England. The weather conditions are supposed to be crazy. Is that still a thing? That's interesting. It's going to be a big game in the AFC, and we'll have a recap of that on Tuesday and all that other fun stuff. Thank you to everybody for listening. Let's get on out of here. Succession Sunday night. The strongest aspect of my marriage is when me and the wife get together and watch Succession.
I know, but the show ends in like 4 weeks. What happens then?
No. I don't know. Until then, heed the call.